It's friendship.
I wouldn't say that.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
Huh?
Exactly.
You know who the killer is.
Do I?
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
What?
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Make your argument. Another non-stop debate. Let's just sit this one through.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
It's quite long
He was
anyway.
on his way to go exercise.
Yes.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Wait.
My tracksuit is black.
Oh?
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
Did Mondo...
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
I think I did. You saying there's something off about what someone just said?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was
I
wearing.
have a question for Mondo.
So, what you're saying is...
Yeah, I have a
the
question for
killer
you.
was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
How did you know it was a blue
No,
tracksuit?
that's wrong.
You wouldn't have known unless
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
he was waiting for Chihiro.
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
You're so busted.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
You are so done.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
No, just mentioned that she only told us.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Yeah,
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
they weren't anywhere during the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
Just don't think about it.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
No way.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No fucking way. Chihiro closed the duffel bag before exiting the warehouse.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Still, it saved our asses.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it?
So clever.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Okay, why?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
Yeah, that's true.
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
When you actually watch and listen to the dialogue, it's quite easy to pick up that tiny detail.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Not as scary or frightful as a murder.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Oh man.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
I feel like you're a bit biased.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
Come on now.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Oh?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Again?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Oh shit, you're right, Makoto, my boy.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Spit it out.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Yeah.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
It's a broken handbook.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
I'm guessing it's broken since it has the same color scheme as the other e-handbook that was broken. It must belong to... It's goddamn Chihiro's.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Yep.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I knew it.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
Still, out of 15, there's already 2 e-handbooks broken.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
You mentioned they had a little weak point.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I just told you, they have a weak point. By hitting its weak point.
I got it!
That's how you break it.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Ah! You remember that?
Why wouldn't I? You said it. Everything you say is kind of important in this scenario.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession, then
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
Yeah, we're asking you, bro.
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
There's literally no point to us breaking it. Why would we do it?
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Yeah, sure, just tell us.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
Wait, you knew it?
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
High temperatures.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Wow.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
The more you know.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Yeah.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Oh.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I know 2 idiots who went into the sauna, but...
I might know someone who did.
And one of them was fully clothed.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? Really, it could only have been one person. You son of a gun, where are you? Here you are.
Here's my answer.
Mondo.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
I like how he has the towel on the top of his hair.
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
You're cornered.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Uh-oh. Broken handbook always out. That's a lot of turbulence. Always a genocide jacket from Shiro's handbook and corridor.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Oh jeez.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Oh Jesus.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
What the?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
No, I'm not wrong. Shut the fuck
Mondo
up.
wouldn't hurt a fly!
Oh, you don't have to put such big test in front of me. I won't believe you anyway. Even I don't want to believe Mondo might have actually killed someone. But I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it though? Does it?
No, that's wrong.
I don't think it does. I think that broken in handbook
Mondo,
actually belongs to
the
you.
handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
True.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
Apparently, 1,000 bears and balls is not enough.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Huh.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes? But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
You already stated that the act of borrowing isn't prohibited.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Okay.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
He can't.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong!
I'm not though.
Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Ooh.
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing argument, then is it? Closing argument. Start. Finish the task. Okay, what do we have? 11 pages. That's a bit long. I do not like it. But they can solve this. Probably. Most likely. Oh, there's a sick bastard back here. Fucking with the crime scene as usual. A classic move from T-Dog. Let's see, Act 1. Chihiro was packing away some stuff for exercising in a duffel bag. Chihiro was near the warehouse. She noticed the sports outfit with the duffel bag. Chihiro quickly hid it away, then ran away because he was in a hurry. Act 2. He entered the boys' locker room with his own handbook. Then entered the locker room. There, he met the culprit who was waiting for him. But for some kind of a reason, they murdered Chihiro with a dumbbell. As more took place, some blood splattered onto something, didn't it? The blood splattered onto the girl model's poster. The killer just realized what he had did, so to make things a little bit harder, he decided to move the whole just around the carpet as well as something else. He tried to move the whole crime scene to another locker room, which was the girls' locker room. They entered with someone else's e-handbook. They used either Sayaka's or Junko's. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it at the scene of the crime. And I think I just made a mistake somewhere. Yep. I almost put the wrong thing there. They put the blooded poster up in the girls' locker room, put Chihiro's scores down, and they were basically done with the crime scene switch. Then Byakuya came around with his stupid extension cord. Was it that Byakuya brought to the murder scene? It only could have been that extension cord that I literally just mentioned. And he made it look like that it was Genocide Jack who killed Chihiro. And their final act, where'd the killer go after they were done? The killer headed to the public bath area, specifically to the sauna, and tried to get rid of Chihiro's e-handbook. I think that's everything. Let's reenact it. Please, Makoto, take over.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Beautiful.
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
A complete case summary.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
Really?
You need evidence! You need proof!
Are we really going to have to go through this, Taka?
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
I just summarized the whole case, you dumbass. Evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his, and everything will become clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the RB button, Fever Time will activate, and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push A, Y, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point... No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, against Stauka. The moment of truth.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Tempo up.
Show me some evidence! I won't listen! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! You're corrupt! I refuse to vote! I refute you! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence! I won't listen!
That was weird.
Show me some evidence!
This should prove it.
Was that too difficult?
If my thinking so far is right,
I need to adjust my timing.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
What?
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
He's actually admitting it. He manned up. He grew some balls. Wow. Ace all throughout the whole case. More gambling money, boys. We're gonna have a good old fun time in the next chapter. But the set part should begin now.
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up.
That's a bit sad.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Wow.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Voting time. Guilty.
What?
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada! Voice crack! Yay! I'm sorry. Disgusting.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Now, let's hear it. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. No, nobody will be able to say anything about, even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex did not disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
what?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are. So maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong. Then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to train his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret.
uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. Okay, that's a bit confusing. It's saying it's Chihiro talking, but it's like third person. Spell of Monokuma is just... editor's note. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro.
But
How does moving the body keep a secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mono did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother!
Shit, man.
Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Ovada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Vroom. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang. And his number two, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
Kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck.
Where's the diamond?
The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly...
He saved him. He gave up his own life for his brother.
Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong.
And yet... as soon as our killing game began, he realized... no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma does the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret.
Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had to work to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, no, would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say. And after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Cause I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What? What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What? What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. Felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Gaia! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my head, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him! You see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times I want. Is what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Ovada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Game over. Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. I like his hair. Oh no. The cage of death. Wow. Huh? Where's Mondo? Mondo Butter? Yankee Fred? You sick motherfucker, you turned him into butter and then you ate him? What? You disgusting piece of shit. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. Fuck me. That's fucking brutal. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. A sick one at that. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Poor dude. Alright, that's a heavy one. A stack of sad screams invaded our skulls. We've reached forced to realize once again. But he... Of course he had to. Oh, I expected Monokuma. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule as well.
I mean, too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue.
The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't even have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So, you're saying you knew the culprit from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been at the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that? Liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene?
But
damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What? Is that a threat, Byakuya? Fucking... come at me, bro. I'll take everything you throw at me.
Correct.
Except your verbal use. Yeah, I can't take your verbal use. Please, it's too much. I'm legit scarred then for life.
So that was your reason.
Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey,
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
you...
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Damn it! Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor. And then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
The noble son of a noble family. Truly you understand me? I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mop for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed in the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Huh? Ooh, what's this?
Well, anyway, like I was saying,
Ooh, secrets.
this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
And this is interesting.
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
You talking about Sayaka? And who is this guy?
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match.
Wow.
But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
Okay, why?
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
What?
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie.
No, Biggie, you just completely fucked up your
Nothing we can
one
do about
job.
it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Jesus Christ.
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Gee, thanks. Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there.
So, there's a 16th student? What? That's a bit surprising.
I know I said you could ask anything, but...
I mean, not really. That was a 16th stand, all alone by itself.
Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
Huh?
And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? no matter how close they were to their friends.
Wow. Wow. Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. 10 surviving students. To be continued. You received the crazy diamond present. Well, that was an eventful trial. Jesus Christ. Nope, that's the end of it. That's the end of it for now. I'm not gonna continue. No way, no how, no questions asked. This is the end of tonight's stream. Because I'm getting pretty tired. And I only wanted to do the trial and wanted to see the execution anyway. We'll do the chapter 3 3-time events tomorrow. If I can find the time. I probably will. I mean, it's Danganronpa. Of course I'm gonna find time for this. Mondo's old trench coat, which has the name of the country's greatest biker gang later embroidered on it. But yeah, that's for it today. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you all watching me. Maybe see each other tomorrow. See ya, guys.